What up, what up, what up? Welcome to the MALEROOM Show. Let's get it. Yeah. Come on, get them likes up, get the likes up. Let's get it. Yeah. We got Rollo. Hey. We got JB, legit. Oh, there it is. Let's go. Hey. Yo.
Yes, sir. Hey, can I say something real quick?
Yeah,
Can I say something real quick? I love our intro video. I'm sorry. That's I love it. It's so dope. It's so dope. I'm sorry.
It's fun, man, ain't it?
It's fun. That's all I have to say about that. My bad. That's kind of we don't normally start off like that, but I had to. This is episode 5. This is kind of like
episode number 5. Yo, let's get the clap. Let's clap.
Small milestone.
Hey, 5 shows in, bro. We doing all right.
Like,
we doing all right.
That intro was crazy.
The intro is crazy, man. Yo, fellas, what's up with y'all, man?
My brothers, what is happening?
Hey,
man, I had a crazy night last night, man. It was one of the dopest experiences I've had performing anything in a while, man. It was crazy. So I want to thank y'all brothers for the encouragement y'all gave me in the group DM last night. Anybody that's a friend of Nick Pose and Pose Killed. He opened up a little scrappy last night at an event at East Point. Shout out to my man Pose. I was blessed enough to share the stage with him, and we tore the house down, man. So anybody that was there that might see this, man, just thank you for coming and supporting my brother, and we're gonna keep going up, man. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy,
man. Shout out to Nick Pose, man. That's what's up.
That's what's
up. Fellas, I'm back in Indy. You know what I'm saying? I had a good man. Listen, y'all, for y'all that didn't know, I was in Detroit this weekend. I had a great time in Detroit. Got a chance to be with the brethren, with the fam, with the peoples. You know what I'm saying? We did our Thiznayism. You know what I'm saying? So I had a great time, and I appreciate it, man. I kind of needed it, man, just to get away from Indy for a minute, man. So I appreciate the love. Jay looked out with the ride, making sure I was straight, and Rollo came through when he had to left his concert and everything in the opening. He came through and still came, to the spot and chilling with your boy, man. We had a great conversation, great time, man. So I appreciate y'all for sure, man. One more time.
One
more time.
This is where it started, fellas. Gotta keep that going.
Well, now that we got out the way.
We got that out the way.
How y'all doing, your country? No. We looking around, y'all is country.
No, you country.
No, but this is the MALEROOM Show. This episode number 5. The feature topic is Chivalry, a two-way street. We're gonna get to it in a minute. But before we get to that, I got not one, but two funnies real quick.
We got 2 today.
2 funnies real quick, man. Look,
okay.
This first one though, I like to call this literally. That's gonna be the topic of this one.
Literally.
This man.
Oh, okay.
This man literally did what he had to do to let his point be known. And I'm telling you right now, it is literally funny. So let me add this real quick.
Mark, I can't believe how drunk you are.
I am not drunk.
Yes, you are.
I am not fucking drunk.
Can you tell the time?
Yes. I am not fucking drunk.
What?
Hey, he did what he said.
She said, can you tell the time? He was like, yes. Literally, I am not. Yo, that had me dying, bro. Look, that one had me on. I was in tears.
Person, bro.
I was in tears, bro. He just, I was in tears. But I got number two. All right.
Literally was a person.
Dude, he literally told the time that he wasn't drunk. He literally, yo, that was hilarious to me. Nah, I got number two. This number two, little short number two right here, man.
You got another one.
Yeah, I like to call this the running man. Check it out.
He was so. Oh, I almost just kicked that rock. I'm not gonna.
Get it together. Get it together.
Bro.
I almost just kicked that
Watch him breathe. Look at him breathe. Look at him breathing.
Retarded, man.
Bruh.
Hey, but you gotta applaud that effort though, man.
He was trying to hold on.
He was on his feet for a long time, bro.
He said, "I'm gonna keep it together." Did you see when he was running? He started breathing like he was on the treadmill, like.
He tried.
Hey, yo, those are the two funnies right there, yo.
Good evening, Sabrina. We appreciate you as always, sweetheart.
Yeah, we thank you for tuning in.
Man.
Yo, that was hilarious, though. I was like, man, the first one had me in tears, and the second one just took me out, man.
Dog, but we gotta applaud that effort, bro. I ain't never seen
we gotta applaud that effort, dog. He really tried.
By show of hands, all three was right here. Who would have just gave up and failed?
I would have gave up.
Look, I'm too sizey to be trying to get my balance together. I'm just gonna bounce back. That's all I'm gonna do.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Oh man, but Rollo, that was the funny man.
So in that situation, is the longer you stay on your feet, the more the fall will hurt.
It seemed like he had a seemed like his fall.
He started gaining more momentum because he kept trying to stay up.
Exactly. Oh man. But go ahead, Rollo. What's up with you, baby?
Man, once again, man, shout out to my brethren. I love y'all to death, man. We appreciate everybody that's tapping in right now. This is what we do, man. Coming together once again. So, fellas, at this time, please get your glasses in your hand.
Sir.
Once again, man, you know, we have come together for conversation, camaraderie, having healthy dialogue about situations and things in today's society relevant to both men and women. And we just do this. We appreciate y'all being here. This is what we've always done. We all three of us are going on 10 plus years of friendship, and we just decided to bring what we do to y'all. Healthy dialogue, conversation, bring some funny, and just you know what I'm saying, do what we do. But as we
embark
on another round table that has turned into the mailroom, let us never ever forget the foundation that is our Trinity. Let's go, man. Number 5.
Man, this guy, man. Rollo got a glass.
I'll be waiting on you, bro.
I had a glass last week. I had a glass last week. Don't do that.
I couldn't see it.
Man, I had a glass last week. How many people watching right now saw me have a glass last week? Just say something in the comments.
Nobody.
First of all, I upgraded. I pulled out one of my engravers as JB wanted to be, you know, showy on his glass. I had to give you the
what
engraved.
In the hell is that?
This is cigar whiskey glass. Yeah, dog. Yeah. So what you do is you have your bourbon in here, right? Then you smoke your cigar. You let your cigar rest inside it right here, boy.
This nigga can't be normal with nothing.
It's a whole thing, bro. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, bro. It's a whole thing, dog. You can smoke your cigar, man, and you ain't got no ashtray or nothing like that. You just slip it in here, man. It fits perfectly well. Let that boy smoke. See, we got somebody. Somebody know what we talking about.
All right, man. Once again, we appreciate everybody here, fellas. Y'all ready to get into it?
Let's get into it, baby.
We got some good topics for y'all today, man. This gonna be It's gonna be some good conversation. Topic number 1, episode number 5 of MALEROOM Show. So, fellas, is peace a prediction for chaos? Now, once again, is peace a prediction for chaos? Now, when I think about this, obviously our main focus is discussing pretty much the relationship between men and women, relationships in general, just things you go through on your own. So I mean, I guess when I think of this, it's like when you've been through something, breakup, what I'm saying, hard times, whatever the case is, and you sit down and you find yourself you've gotten past it. You come to a place of peace in your mind. But deep down, you waiting or you're worried about the next time you feel that way. Mm-hmm. And sometimes that can consume the peace you have because you're like, damn, I finally got past that. You know what I'm saying? Will I get here again if that happens again? You know what I mean? So that's what I think of. You know what I'm saying? I've been in situations where I felt so good. I felt that peace with everything. In the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, how am I going to be when chaos presents itself again? How am I going to respond with another situation that I'm struggling with or that challenges me? How am I going to respond? So that's how I think of it. I try not to dwell on when the chaos comes. So I don't want to look at it. I don't want my piece to be a prediction for chaos, but in a sense, in the back of your mind, you kind of think about it. You know what I mean? What y'all feel, bro?
Well, we got the video to help set up our I guess our topic. If you want me to go ahead and play it, Raul.
Yeah, check this video out, y'all.
Is peace scarier than chaos?
It's gonna sound bad, but yeah. For a lot of women, I can't speak for all women. I'm not trying to speak for all women, but a lot of the women that I know, and also speaking for myself, it's not something that I'm proud to admit, but peace can be very scary because in certain situations or in certain, I guess, women's lives, that's not the norm. That's not familiar. And sometimes peace looks like the calm before the storm.
Deep, man. Deep. And that's so that's kind of what I just mentioned, you know what I mean? So it's a scary, it could be a scary thing depending on your mindset. What y'all think, fellas?
I don't know, man. Tell you what you think, man.
Turn your mic on, homie. We live.
No, I was muted for the video, bro. I already discussed what I was gonna be doing before. See, this is why. See, here come the chaos.
I love you, bro. I love you.
Very peaceful. Now we about to get chaotic in the No, man, but
I was in thought for a second, so I'll take a minute to register that, man. That's why I passed it. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool.
No, I think it's human nature to me, to be hesitant on repetitive negative impact. Like that's a human thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's Homo sapien nature, like just to keep running the same thing and just be fearful if it doing it again. You know what I'm saying? And that part is fine. That part is, like I said, it's human nature for that. To me, this is just my opinion. But if you're bringing that concept into a relationship with someone, and then you be hesitant like that, I feel that teeters on emotional irresponsibility. That's what I think.
Okay.
So, because of the fact of the way, it's just like she said it. You know what I'm saying? You just be, you just waiting like something as bad is gonna happen. You know what I mean? And I hate to use subconsciously, but subconsciously people start to act on the preservation. You know what I'm saying? Your conversation to the other person or the actions you might be watching and waiting for the negative impact so much that you are the negative impact.
Wow.
So that's why I think it's emotionally irresponsible to bring that idea into a relationship. That's just my start off opinion to that.
Damn, dog. Okay. Next topic. Okay.
Right. I mean, I don't even know what I'm.
Hey man, I'm just saying,
exactly.
Man.
Amen. Like, Eli, you know what I'm saying? Like, just stop the tape. If I had some insight,
I agree with that, though, Jay. I agree with that.
I mean, does that make sense to y'all, man?
It makes a lot of sense.
It totally makes sense, and I think
you become your own worst enemy.
You become the very thing that you hate sometimes, right? And I agree with that. And I also want to say this too. I think that calm before the storm analogy that she used is a misinterpretation of peace. I think that what she did was in the video, I think that she interpreted calm as peace when it's really the state of something. So because in it, like even when she used the storm in particularly, hurricanes normally have an eye right in the middle. And that eye is the most calmest part, but it's chaos all around you. So you think that's peace because it's calm right there, but the chaos is all around you. So you think that you're in a peaceful, calm state, but you're still not. You're still in a storm. And so the thing about it is that you're still inside of it, so you can't even interpret it correctly. And that's what happens a lot of times when we get in situations. You know, we don't realize we can't interpret the situation because we've been in it so long. We don't understand what's going on ourselves. I think that to answer the question directly, no. Peace is not a prediction for chaos. I think peace is a direct result of the chaos you have been freed from. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the outcome of chaos, right? The chaos was there to help you, teach you something, to get you cleaned up, to get yourself together. You know what I'm saying? And to get your life in order. And then the peace comes later. It's just like in the beginning, right? The earth was no form, it was void, it was empty until the order came, and then that's where the peace came. So the peace comes from all the things we go through. And I think the misinterpretation is like, okay, since some stuff settled down, now it's peace. No, it's just the state of something settling down. You're just in the state of something. You're not really in the spirit of peace. Because if you're in the spirit of peace, then you could be in the middle of something and still remain who you are.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you know you have peace with yourself. Like, you don't bend or break for anyone or bend or break for anything that's happening in your life. You still stay poised because you have peace. You have peace to let things go. You have peace when things may not go your way instead of you throwing a temper tantrum. You know what I'm saying? You can be like, you know what? It's all okay. It's all good. It's going to be okay. I'm going to stay optimistic. I'm going to stay, clear in my mind and sober in my mind because I have peace. I know that the outcome is going to be in my favor no matter what. And so I equate that peace with faith. Like when you have faith, that helps you to have peace. You know what I'm saying? Because you believe it's going to be all right. And if I believe it's going to be all right, then what's the chaos for? What's the fearfulness for? You know what I'm saying? And when we relate it to relationships, then at the end of the day, it's like, if like Jay said, if you're bringing all the chaos and all that with you, you know what I'm saying, and you calling it a calm before the storm or whatever, you know what I'm saying, it's like you're becoming the thing that you're trying to get away from, but you want to bring that to me, it's like, no, you can't do that. So yeah, I don't think it's chaos.
Let me ask y'all something, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I put an extension on it, if it makes more sense. Mm-hmm. So is peace a prediction for chaos if you think chaos is the norm?
Yes, it is. Yep. Yeah. That's exactly what
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Because go ahead, I'm going by what she was saying on the video.
Yeah. When you think about it, that's what it is. Because I think us as humans, naturally, it's hard for us to sit in comfortability sometimes. You know what I mean? Like if you feel too comfortable sometimes, it's uncomfortable for people. You know what I mean? It's like it's almost like when you, let me think of a good example. Like say you're used to working. You know what I'm saying? It's like or like retired people, okay? They retired. They've been working all their life. You know what I'm saying? They put in their grind. They retire. They're sitting at home, and it's difficult for them. They got to get back out there and do some work. I think sometimes us as humans, when we feel that we've reached a level to where we actually have some peace, the fact that we were used to not having it, it makes us uncomfortable because it's like this is it's like a brand new world. It's like being born. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this? What is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be doing everything right to feel this way right now. What's about to happen? You know what I mean? And it could be weird for somebody when you sitting in a state of peace and a state of content sometimes because you've never been there or you're not there often.
So I have a question for you then. So would that be a result of the fact that you have never had peace within yourself?
Could be.
Okay, so how's that interpreted as peace then?
That's why I was trying to interpret.
You know what I'm saying? Like what she like, because chaos is the norm, right? Like if chaos is the norm, that means that it came from the two entities or that's in the middle of this chaos.
I wish she would have went into more detail about why she felt that way. She just said it.
Because, no, we know.
Yeah.
No, we know. No, we know.
Talking about toxicity.
No, we talking about sweet potatoes and butter right now. Let's just go right down to it. Cornbread terms. She was talking about a fool of a relationship.
Okay.
A toxic
consistently
relationship.
In the event of a confused and just bad relationships, and then you meet a person that's different from all of that and became the norm. Like it was just normal. And you like, okay,
why are you so normal?
Why are you so normal? Why you not talking back to me? Why you not why you not cheating on me? Why you actually taking me to good places and not bad places? Like why are you doing this? That what she meant by peace. You know what I'm saying? The chaos is the normal stuff she go through when, you know what I'm saying, just bad men. Now, as a result of her bad decisions, though, she has her own problem with that. That's her own stuff. She's created the chaos because she's dating the bad guys, right? But she's used to dating the bad guys. You come and meet the good guy, he ain't got no problems with you. Everything's kosher. And then she like, what's wrong with you? No. What's wrong with you? You see what I mean, Rob?
Right.
It's a chick that's just normal into that craziness. And then you know what I'm saying, like as a normal guy or a regular guy or a mature guy, you know what I'm saying, mature woman, it could be on either stance. Mature man and woman come into that person's life, and then they think like, oh, this is actually good. Something's wrong with it. Right. So that's what they, you know what I mean?
Because she said chaos. She said chaos was the norm, and there's nothing normal about chaos.
Right. At all.
There's nothing normal about that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So you don't want to make that the foundation for how you're moving in your life.
Right. And so what happens is
that's why I said it's emotional irresponsibility.
You gotta discipline. See that's the thing. You have to discipline your emotions. You gotta know when to hold them, when to fold them.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Like,
we talked about that on episode 1.
It's like,
that's a song, ain't it? That's a
no when to hold.
Look up the lyrics.
I can't sing it too much because
put the lyrics up, Tay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, the copyrights. I can't. We don't use it.
Yeah.
We ain't trying to get shut down.
We ain't trying to get shut down already. The community will shut you. They shut the show down. But no, that's the thing. It's like when you have. I like what he said. Emotional irresponsibility. That's perfect. Because that means that you've been misplacing yourself because of the thing that the abnormal stuff that you have now is normal to you. And then when someone is actually normal, actually cool, peaceful, they ain't doing the rah-rah stuff that you normally used to, then you like, but how come you're not doing rah-rah stuff? Like, why you not arguing back with me? Why you not, you know what I'm saying? Why you not trying to cut my tires too? Like I'm trying to cut yours. Like all this kind of crazy extreme stuff that people go through. And it's like, I'm just a normal person. I like to smile. I like to be peaceful. I like to have my blood pressure low and chill. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be upset and stuff. And some people in relationships, they are so used to it that they're so used to being inside of filth that the filth don't have a smell to it no more. Think about that. Let
Hey,
that sit.
That's
when was
deep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, when was the last time that you all were dating, courting a woman, and you felt the wrath of that emotional irresponsibility? When was the last time y'all went through that?
Like just talking to someone?
Yeah, like just talking or dating, maybe building some, whatever the case was, and you felt it. When was the last
I
time?
would say it was like early
Oh,
for me. It was like
the
early
person.
last year.
Yeah, from a female you were dating or whatever.
It was early. It was early last year for me. That was the last time that I experienced that type of, you know, that kind of stuff. That's just like,
I hear you, Sabrina.
it's like, yo, it's like I can't get with that. You know what I'm saying? Like you're projecting yourself on me, or projecting all the stuff you went through onto me, and that's something that's a boundary for me, right?
So
And
when was
so
this? When was this, Tay? How long ago was this?
earlier last year,
Last year, my bad. I missed that.
early in the year, yeah.
Okay.
And it lasted for like, it was like a few months, maybe 3 or 4 months. We were talking and stuff, and it started slowly, it started slowly unveiling itself, right? And it was like these little small things that started building up to these bigger things, and then there was this one particular conversation where there was just a lot of projection, right? And it's like, wait a minute, like what Jay said, like, yo, this is why are you projecting all your traumas on me, And I'm like, I'm not really feeling that, And that's the last time I would say I went through like that, like, because that's basically what that is, what she's talking about, like what Jay is talking about, like the projection of emotional stuff that you did not deal with in your last previous 3 or 4, 5, 6 relationships that were bad or whatever. Now you're projecting yourself onto that person because you expect them to be like everybody else. So you're projecting at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like you want this person to argue back with you, and they're not going to, and that for you is not normal, so that upsets you. You're trying to project that person to be chaotic like you or toxic like you. You know what I'm saying? And because you haven't worked on yourself and dealt on yourself, then that's why you misinterpret what peace is, because you haven't taken the time to work on yourself. Last week, Jay talked about patience with yourself. And if you haven't given that to yourself, then that's gonna be kind of bad for you.
Yeah, that's real. On the other end of the spectrum, I had an experience in dating someone that I was actually looking forward to dating. You know what I mean? And they just seemed like just the prototype that I would like. So it just happened that way. It is what it got to dating or whatnot. And then she acted the same way I projected her to be. Now I did have past relationships that didn't work, like most people. You know what I'm saying? But she was doing all cards right at the beginning. So me and my human nature was like, okay, she's not perfect. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna sit and wait this out. That's like you just said with patience. I'm gonna sit there and wait it out. The difference in that is that I didn't go to her and say it was something wrong with her. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I see this peaceful and I see this peaceful event in front of me from the chaos I've been through.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to analyze it. See, analytics plays great portion in your relationship. In dating in the whole spread, you have to sit, study someone. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to see the correlations between you and them. Don't take little things and just overlook them. Like Tay was just talking about, small things become an anthill. Like it can do that. You need to pay attention to all that. You know what I mean? You don't need to be over analytical. You know what I'm saying? You just have to pay attention. Because if you give somebody time and camera, I'm just making that notice, they'll tell you anything you want to. All you have to do is just pay attention. Just sit there and watch. You know what I mean? So that's what I did with that. I was like, oh, she was really peaceful. She was really exact. She was everything that I imagined her to be. And I was like, well, and my imagination was almost dream effort. So I was like, let me dumb down and wait and see because everybody got something. So I just waited it out. And eventually it exposed itself. And I was like, oh, okay, you know, that's what it is. Then I had the time. Since I took the time, I had the space to see if I wanted to deal with it or not. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that's what I mean. That's on the other side of it. Instead of, you know, me going at her, you know what I'm saying? I just sat and waited. Like, oh, okay. Even if I thought that might have made sense, I just did it in a human nature point of view. Like, everybody get that, you know, hesitant thing. You know what I mean?
What I don't get about that when women come to us like that is, why do they feel that we're going to just accept it and not keep it in the back of our mind? Like, okay, red flag. And then it keeps happening. And then, you know, we kind of, you know, subconsciously maybe we tap out, but we still just kind of go with the flow and see if it's going to even out, and it never does, and then it ends up falling off. I don't understand how women think they could come at us like that when they get to know us. You know what I'm saying? They know that we this type of guy, but you still bringing all of this baggage that you have from past relationships or whatever the case is. You bringing it to us as if we're the same. You know what I mean? Like, you come in, we already know you coming in and look for something. That's fine. That we get it. We get it. Okay, but in that, all three of us, I know all three of us, we let a woman know who we are. They get a sense of our energy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you got to know who you're pursuing. Everybody's not going to want to try to mend and mold and understand everything you've been through, because they weren't there with you. Like, we here now. You know what I'm saying? Like, just bring me who you were before all the bullshit. All if you can.
Right.
You can. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody can't, because they hold on to it. But you know, why do you feel that I'm going to accept that? Why do you feel like it's okay for you to rush the process of us getting to know each other because you went through this in the past and you took these steps and it didn't pan out, so you feel you got to take different steps with me that don't work for me? Like,
if I'm not accountable for the stuff of my past, why would I even care about that, right?
Exactly.
That's the problem. Like, if you don't take accountability for what you're doing, see, you know, while you doing the studying and dating somebody else, you got to understand what you presenting to.
Yeah.
You got to understand what you're putting out there as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got to take cue cards as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, give you hints and clues. Like, we will, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I can relate to you on that aspect, what you was talking about, because I give hints and clues when something is abnormal, when something is like off. You know what I'm saying? I'll go ahead and not talk as much, or I have this look on my face or something like that, and I'll give some type of clues and be like, it's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Or I just might come out and just have a whole conversation, depending on how bad it's hitting me. But if you can't take the cues, though, then that means you're not right. That means you're not paying attention. Like, and you ain't at peace with what you dealt with.
Nope.
So now you chiming in on me, like Tay said. Now you putting it on me. You know what I mean? And expect me to act the same as it was before, or wonder why I don't act as the same it was before. And we have a problem based on that and not based on us. It's retarded.
Yeah.
It's the individual, man. It really is.
It's a strange place. Like, you know, and a lot of our topics that we've discussed, it kind of comes down to your state of mind, controlling your emotions, knowing where to place them. You know what I'm saying? And almost being in the moment and making the right move in that moment. You know, understanding where you at. If you in a peaceful place, be there for a minute. Just be there. It's easier said than done, but just try to just be there. You know,
it's deep in the rap.
You know, everybody can't maneuver in that realm. But, you know, man, that was dope. Once again, man, we definitely appreciate everybody that's tapping into the live show. Those that will see this later, we appreciate you as well, man. Great points, fellas. Great point. We see the comment section going crazy. Thank you, everyone that's tapping in, getting involved into the conversation, man. This is what we do. Without y'all, it ain't us. Without y'all, it ain't us. It don't work. It don't work without them. All right. Let's keep it moving, man. Topic number 2. Mailroom episode number 5, fellas. Oh, this one might cause some conversation for real. What is more effective, fellas? What you say to someone? I mean, I'm sorry. What's more effective? What someone says or how they say it? What's more effective? What someone says or how they say it? I think I believe it's definitely the way you said it. First, hopefully what you're saying is some substance. Hopefully what you're saying is meaningful. You know what I mean? Or, whatever the case is. Because I'm taking it a little bit deeper because, everybody don't care what you got to say regarding little bullshit. But I'm hoping that it's of some substance. So I think it's definitely the way you say it. You know what I mean? You want to talk to people. If you have something very important to say, if you have something that like deep that you need to discuss with somebody, I think you need to present it in a way that is that's respectful. I think you need to present it in a way that's intentional, but also make sure that they hear you. They're not gonna hear you if you coming at them, and they're not gonna hear you if you talking at them. I don't think. You know what I'm saying? Everybody not gonna respond to that. You know what I'm saying? So if you want your message to get across, you got to be, choose your words wisely. If it's something very emotional, if it's something that, you got to come at your boy about something. You and your boy got to be. If you and your girl have a disagreement, you know what I'm saying? You got to know who you're talking to. You got to know where to place it and how you're able to say it. You know what I mean? So you got to be intentional. So I definitely think it's the way. I definitely think it's how somebody said it.
Right. So I'm gonna piggyback a little bit off what Rob said in the beginning about see if what the person is saying is of substance. So I think that's why it's important to analyze and recognize the source of where it's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like if this person normally has something to say of substance, then I wouldn't even think that way. Like I wouldn't be like, well, hopefully they say something of substance. Like I don't think that about y'all. Like y'all say something to me, it's like I know it's gonna be something that y'all thought about that's like legit.
Yeah.
So I don't have to think that way. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be getting caught up in like what the internet say and all that. That's just trash to me, right? The internet is gonna say whatever. Even some family people. Saying members of your family that may not talk to you all the time, but they want to be in your business. You got that kind of stuff at the cookout. You know what I'm saying? Like people want to know, like, so who you dating now? What you really need to do is, everybody want to tell you what you need to do, right?
Yeah.
But for me, which one is more effective? It's definitely for me. I'm just gonna say for me, it's what someone says. To me, that's going to stick to me more so than how you said it. Okay. And the reason why is because for me, like I take certain things that someone says, again, analyzing the source, and I'm like, okay, this is something that's going to stay with me for the rest of my life. I have things that have been said to me in certain ways that stuck with me for the rest of my life, and I don't feel no type of way about it. It's a part of my regimen of who I am. One of my big bros from back in the day, you know what I'm saying? He saw that I was going through a lot of stuff, right? And so he was talking to me like, man, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? No, take, right? He's giving me the business. And I was sitting there listening. I was listening, you know what I'm saying? And he said this one phrase that stuck with me. He said, just because you're going through something, don't mean you got to look like it. The way he said it was like, yeah, right? But what he said always stuck with me. And from that point on, I went home. I cut my hair. I trimmed my beard. This is like years ago. Like I went home and got myself together off of what he said because what he said made sense.
Right.
And I think that what we have to be careful of is pandering to everyone's feelings because of how they may get offended by what you say. People, you're going to offend somebody. Period. Somebody's gonna get offended. Now you can manage your presentation. If I'm having a one-on-one conversation, I can definitely manage. You know, if I'm going to, for example, I'm talking one-on-one. I can manage. If I can, the offense part. Risking the offense, I can manage that, right? But then, what if I'm talking to like 10 people? I may be able to manage that too. You know what I'm saying? It's still an intimate setting. But then, what if that number grows to 100 or 1,000? I mean, like you're talking. Let's say, Rich, you're talking to 1,000 people, or all the people that you was at the concert. Rob, he was opening up. You had so many people there. It's like, and if you said something or did something, and you up there enjoying yourself or whatever, but somebody took an offense to what you said because they don't. That's just how some people just going to do that. You know what I'm saying?
I understand
I can't get caught up in how they're going to interpret what I say. It's my job as the presenter to present what I say that has substance in a way that should be acceptable to hear. And sometimes you're going to say things that's offensive because you're taking the risk to offend someone in hopes that they will have the conversation with you. Otherwise, there's no reason to have the conversation. You know what I'm saying? If we're having an actual conversation that's going to risk the challenging of the minds, then there's going to be an offense taking place. It doesn't mean you have to get in your feelings to the point where you don't want to have a conversation anymore. So now it's like no matter how I present it and how I pander to your feelings, you still going to interpret it the way you want to interpret it. So I can't win for losing. So what's I'm supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? At this point, I'm not walking on eggshells. I'm too grown for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, so at the end of the day, it's like how someone says something to me within the context of the conversation, that's their expression of their opinion. Now, I'm not gonna take that as a disrespect or anything. They in their passion. They're in their element right now. They're passionate about the conversation. So I'm gonna let them rock and say what they need to say and how they need to say it, because that's how they're feeling about it at that time. That doesn't mean that I interpret that as being offended because
I'll tell you a whole different breed of cat, bro. You're just a strong-minded person, so you can take it.
But I had to become this way, though. You know what I'm saying?
Can everybody respond like that?
Right, and that's the whole point. The point
that's why it's a topic.
That's what I'm saying. I can't worry about that part, though. See, I know what I'm coming to the table is going to bring some healing. It's going to bring some closure. It might even bring some, put a Band-Aid on something. Or there are times where I don't say nothing at all. I could be effective just by listening and let that person vent. You know what I'm saying? But if they're talking about something, I can't, and they say something that I don't agree with, and then I take it offensively, it's like dang, now they feel like they can't say nothing to me. Like every time I talk to Tay, he just go off on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like now they got to walk on eggshells with me because they, I don't want that type of exchange.
Have you ever felt that I need to say this a certain way to this person so they can get it though?
No,
never felt
I'm already.
that at all.
Listen, look, when you are a polished person, you can speak the way you need to speak.
Okay.
I used to teach Bible class. I've spoken in front of people before. Speaking in front of people is not an issue for me. It's the one-on-one thing. It's the intimacy where people get offended and like, they start going a little off because I'm going to say something that's going to kind of change your little way of thinking. Yeah. And it's not to change it like to make you be what I want you to be. It's just to give you a different perspective of something and try to maybe adopt that and see if that works for you. Because what you've been doing so far ain't been working. That's why you're talking to me in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's the same way when I was going through stuff and I needed to talk to somebody, they had to offend me to get me to realize what I was doing was not working. They had to offend me. And I thanked them for that because they was being real with me and it catapulted me to grow up and to become a better man.
It's a mindset. It's a mindset.
Yeah. So I think that what you say to someone will impact them. I mean, because how many times you argue with your family, friends, or whatever, y'all got into an issue, a little back and forth, and then they said something that triggered, like, because they know you, so they can hurt you, because they know your intimate personal business, and they said something right, and you like, really? So you gonna hit me below the belt? You know what I'm saying? Like, what they said is like, oh, that's messed up. Now you like, I can't tell them nothing no more. I can't even be vulnerable, because you're gonna take that and weaponize my vulnerability when we was just having a conversation. You know, so I think that just to answer the question, for me, again, ladies and gentlemen, out there, YouTube, Facebook, this is my opinion that I think about myself when it comes to this question, okay? The most effective thing for me is what someone says, because it sticks like oatmeal to me.
Sticks like oatmeal, the dry oatmeal to the spoon. You've been letting it sit out. I like that.
Yeah.
Very important. Where you at with it, Jay?
I'm piggybacking over what Tate said, man. Like, I definitely had a upraising, just like he was talking about being offended. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a raising based off an ethic of getting their point across, regardless of how I felt, because they know it will benefit me. Like, that's how I was. Mother, father did it. Aunts, uncles did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I came from that, you know what I'm saying, that type of upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got everybody different opinions about this subject. But that's where I came from. See, medicine hurts, man.
Yeah.
Medicine hurts. We're going to go ahead and gash your foot. We're going to throw alcohol on it, man, to make it better. But the alcohol hurts. That's how it was said to me. You see what I'm saying? It does. So if you take a person that's financially unstable and they always at the casino, right? And somebody tell them, you need to stop going to the casino.
Yeah.
Or stop going to the casino, make that work. No matter who said it, the principle is that person needs to stop going to the casino. That's what they are. It doesn't matter. You see what I mean? If you know, and what the problem is that the truth don't really hurt. It's the removal of the lie that does. That's the part that hurts. If you don't understand something,
you just made him get ugly.
Had the ugly face, like, ugh.
You just made him get ugly.
I'm saying, if I feel some type of way,
crazy right there.
If I'm saying the sky is green, man, if I'm saying the sky is green, and you like, bro, you are colorblind as hell. The sky is blue, and I'm like, no, man, I've been raised up believing that the sky is green. Watch what I'm saying. I've been raised up believing that the sky is green. I got a passion in believing that the sky is green. I believe that is right. And for somebody to come around and tell me after all these years, after all these thoughts that I was having in my head that that's wrong, that's what hurts. You know what I'm saying? The truth is that the truth sits on its own.
Yeah.
If I take a pen and I ask you, Rob, how long is it? How long do you think this phone is?
I don't know. Couple inches.
Just straight across, just like this. How long do you think it is? Right in the camera. Just give an option.
3-4 inches.
Right. Tell you how long you think that is.
About 5, maybe 5.5.
About 5.5.
Mm-hmm.
If I put a ruler to it and say that it is 8 inches, and both of y'all was wrong, then where we go from here? It's over.
It's over.
You see what I'm saying? It's a wrap. So when people, when my upbringing, when they was telling me, boy, you got to get your stuff together, because one day you gonna look back and say you gonna have problems later on in the future about whatever the case may be. I ain't gonna go into detail. You know what I'm saying? We all, I had that upbringing, and I had that thought originally. Like, I'm gonna piggyback on what Taya said. I had the thought originally, like, damn, why they had to say that to me like that? Why they had to, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like a teenager, adolescence, right? Like, you know how that go. Like,
right.
You have to say it to me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Kevin
Yeah,
Hart,
they get their real quick.
Yeah.
I work with you. You know I know.
But years on in, you hear that, remember that lesson, and it makes so much sense at the end. So that's why
it's not really important. So it's not really important how or when somebody gets the message, but as long as you know you gave it to them in an effective way.
Look,
whatever way is more effective.
And so let me say this real quick. It was right about what Tay said about the substance and the source of where it came from. That's right about that. You got to find out where it's coming from to understand, what it is about it. Then the actual message itself, the body of the message, what was it? Was it true or was it fact?
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to figure that out. You got to pull your emotions away from it and figure that out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then at the end of it, is it worth correction? In myself? Can I correct something about it? I don't care how rooted it is. You know what I'm saying? Can I correct it based on that?
Valuable? Is it going to be valuable for me?
Right. So I can't, I never worried about that, man. They taught, what I'm saying? Like, I used to work at a call center, man. They taught us not to be sympathetic, be empathetic. That's two different things. I'm not going to get in the ditch with you because you're mad about some situation. Yeah. I'm not going to be down there like, oh, it's okay. It's all right. I feel you. I'm not going down there. I'm looking at you from the plateau I am, talking about, hey, I'm sorry you're having this issue, but let's see what we can do to get you out of it. That's what they taught me is that. So I do that in every relation. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I think it is. I think because we ended up in a society that people is all in their feelings. All in their feelings, bro.
Sure.
Everybody in their feelings. Ain't nobody want to lose. Ain't nobody want to get hurt. Everybody in their feelings. So it's like we can say something that's completely honest. Rob, you can tell somebody, you be on a date, say something completely honest. They be like, damn, why you had to say it like that? Like, what? It's the truth. You ain't even trying to be offensive. You was just having a conversation, and people go flip like that. See, that's just bull to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't accept truth and scientific fact, you know what I'm saying? You have a problem as a human being.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's just.
I agree with that, and I just think it had a lot to do with just my professional background. You know what I'm saying? Just working with youth and everything, and always having to confront different things. I even come to y'all a certain way when I want to let y'all know about something. That's just my mindset. I want to come off properly so you can hear exactly what I'm saying. But I definitely get where y'all at because the message is the message. You know what I'm saying? And it should be of substance. You should be like whatever you're saying, you feel it, and you want this person to know. Because hopefully this person is important to you, and you looking out for them, and you letting them know, okay, look, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, I just always had experiences where, when I came at somebody the wrong way, and I really wanted them to hear me, but I couldn't. I was so wrapped up in how, like, maybe it was a build up. Okay, you've been doing this forever, and I come at you like you knew I was looking at you while doing that shit, and you come off like that. So I'm always careful with how I say stuff. I'm gonna be stern. If I'm upset, you're gonna tell I'm upset. But I've just come within myself to know, okay, don't let that carry over into how you say what you're saying. But I definitely get where y'all at with it. It makes a lot. You know what I'm saying? It makes a lot of sense.
You know why?
You just gotta depend on it, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, man. Go ahead, Jay. You good.
No, I was just gonna say you gotta know your audience too. You know what I'm saying? It's factors into that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just gonna go straight deep into someone that I just met. Like, oh, well, this is the way it is. You be some type of way. We're not slow with that aspect. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's okay. But like you said before, Rob, if you got a repeated offender,
then you're gonna feel some
type of way. Just gonna
relaying that message.
You got points. You gonna feel right. My parents thought I was a repeated offender. I wasn't doing nothing. They was like, boy, you got to get up and do something. And they kept telling me that. They came at me as a repeated offender. Yeah. And it was messed up, you know what I'm saying, the way they said it. But it was like, they was right, though. Like, if I wasted another 5 years of my life doing the same thing I wouldn't become the man I was today. They knew that. So they had to say that a certain way.
Look, I don't think a person can trust a leader that can be persuaded.
What?
I don't think a person can trust a leader that can be persuaded. A woman.
Hold on.
Hey Jay, let's give him one, bro.
Say that one more time.
Write it down. All right, you write it down, and I'm just gonna let him know.
Y'all silly, man.
I'm gonna let him know. Yeah.
Boy, go ahead, bro.
Look,
Go ahead, man. Write it down. Write it down. Well, matter of fact, say that again so I can put it in my notes on my phone.
Take a picture of that, bro. Man.
y'all silly, man.
Man, I didn't see that coming.
The reason why I say this is for this reason. Leaders do two things besides just lead. They do two things. That's very, very important. Two things that they do is, one, remain poised in the midst of war, and two, they look out for dangerous situations. They see it before it happens. Leaders are supposed to know and see it before it happens, right? So like, if so like, we all know, the word, right? We know God's word, right? Okay, about shepherds, sheep, right?
Yeah.
So a shepherd, he said, your rod and your staff, thy rod and your staff that comforts me, right? The rod is for correction and the staff is for guidance, protect. Both protect you, but the rod is to make sure that if a wolf come, they can beat the wolf. But the staff is for the sheep because it's conditioned and made for them specifically, where it's not going to hurt you too much, but it is going to be effective. So the thing about it is that the reason why what someone says to me is more effective for me than how someone say it is because if I'm in a situation where I'm in danger that I don't know about, I don't care how someone say something to me at that point. I just want you to be there if you're gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? How you said it is cool, whatever. But I was in a dangerous situation and you helped me, you looked out for me, boom, that's what's up. This is what we're supposed to do, even when it comes, and we always talk about the relationship dynamics, right? Again, I like what Jay said. People are just always in their feelings.
Yeah.
They're in their feelings so much to the point where you don't know what to say or how to say anything to anybody. Because this whole thing about feelings has gotten us to the place where we are right now with this gender identity war.
Absolutely, man.
You know what I'm saying? So it's my job to make sure that if I am leading, if I am being a leader, it's my job to make sure that I'm poised, that I know who I am and what I'm doing. Because if I don't know what I'm doing and I don't know who I am, everybody who riding with me gonna be like, yo, what is going on with this dude? Everybody gonna feel uneased because the leader don't know what's going on. The leader gives direction, but all of that is under the umbrella of love. So at the end of the day, that's how you address love. You address love in its umbrella in every aspect of it. It's levels to it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so, interestingly enough, I had a conversation with a few people about this particular thing. And my thing is this: truth doesn't hurt, lies do. Lies hurt. If I don't tell someone the truth, if I lie to someone and make them think something, you know what I'm saying, and pretend and had this whole pretend presentation to them and tell them everything they want to hear, the way they want to hear it, and all that kind of stuff. If I do that, and then I come out the bag and be like, you know what, I really wasn't like you like that, or I really wasn't, I didn't really see it that way at the end. It's like, yo, that lies. That's like, why you do that to me? Why you lying to me like that, right? The lie's gonna hurt. The truth should be respected. See, this is the thing. The truth get disrespected all the time because the way you feel. It's like, skip the feel. Tell me the truth. Is it $19.99 or is it $29.99 for 3 easy payments? Let me know the truth. How much does it cost? How much does it cost for this? Right? And just give it to me straight up. Stop beating around the bush and wanting your feelings to be all massaged. You want me to massage your feelings? Your feelings, that's a part of your ego. That's an ego problem.
Yeah.
So you don't want to grow. You'd rather be naive and not grow up and willfully do that. So that way, the interpretation of what you've given us is still replicated in society, and you want us to respect this image you put up of yourself. But when I tell you the actual truth that will destroy your image and make you more free, you don't want to hear that. That has nothing to do with me saying what I need to say as a man to you. And if I'm talking to a child or if I'm talking to a grown person, my skill set of myself as a person should kick in with I should have range as a person. If I have a 3-year-old with me right now and I'm trying to teach them how to make sure they don't touch anything that's going to be dangerous to them, I can do it in so many different ways that they will understand it at their level. But when you're telling me that you the best thing since sliced bread and that's the level you want, okay, I'm gonna meet you right here and we're gonna have a whole conversation about this bread you're talking about. Because
how much was on sale at the store?
You know what I'm saying? You got some issues. So I don't care about how somebody says something to me, man. Like, it is what it is. I mean, even if someone says something to me that's in a disrespectful way, I don't like being disrespected. If they say it to me in a disrespectful way and they don't really know me like that, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna charge it to their ignorance real quick, right? You know what I'm saying? But I ain't about to get all in. I'm not about to get all in my feelings because I'm not about to get all in my feelings because of that. Like, no, what's more important is making sure that we have a level of understanding. That's all.
Real quick, man. Shout out to Sabrina, man. She's feeling this topic, man.
What she said?
We appreciate.
I see what she said. Oh, okay, I see.
Oh, it is, sir.
We appreciate everybody that's tuned in to the live show, man. Hold on, let me put that back up real quick. They can't hear us. Yeah. I mean, it's so many ways I think we can go on this topic, but I actually get exactly where both of you are coming from, because at the end of the day, you know, words matter. Words mean something, and if you're receiving something from somebody you know that care about you, if you're receiving something from somebody you know has nothing but good intentions for you, means the best. Especially if you know you've been kind of messing up, especially if you know, okay, yeah, they right. It shouldn't matter how the words are said, but to some people it does, and you just got to kind of hope that it doesn't. You just got to kind
of. Everybody got a different opinion on that, man. That's what we're just trying to do, is open up the perspectives of that question. That's all it was.
You know, my job is to present the truth and to sleep peacefully at night, man. I listen, man. Your feelings are going to be validated because they belong to you as a person, absolutely. But just because your feelings is hurt doesn't mean that it's true. Like, let's stay on topic. People have a hard time staying on topic, man. They want to talk about everything that makes them feel good instead of what makes them be right.
There you go again. I lost my pen.
Man, find it, because I ain't got one.
That was my pen. I still use pens, by the way.
Yeah, we gotta use pens. I'm just saying,
you're right about that, though.
Hey, a female just made me write my number down for her at a bar with a pen. I was like, yes.
90s.
College rule, old school college rule,
old school rule, baby.
Old school college rule. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, write it down. That's what they always tell me. Write it down. You want to remember that? You want to learn it? Write it down.
Write it down. Take a picture, write it down, man. Man, what you need? Huh? You need something? Let me write that down for you real quick. So you need 3 cases of milk and what? A crate of corn? All right, let me write that down for you real quick. Old Billy Bob, nigga. Billy Bob from Country Club, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm loving the insight. I'm loving we cooking today, man.
Yeah, man. This topic goes deep, man. We just
does go deep, don't
we
it?
scratched a little bit of it, but we
topic goes deep, man. Yeah. Once again, man, thank you for everybody that's tuning into the live show. We love y'all, man. Clap it up for everybody that's viewing right now. Any platform you're on, we love y'all. Those that will see this live later, man, we appreciate y'all as well. Fellas, it is time. It is time for our featured topic of the week.
That's awesome.
Let's get into it, man. Y'all ready?
That's sweet. I like that.
That is so sweet.
Hey man, you know we produce over here, dog. You know,
We are coming.
Hey, they let these people know that hey, compliments of the company, man. You know, we're cooking it up real quick, baby.
That's what we do, man, fellas. Let's get into it, man. Is chivalry a two-way street? Now, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something that gets me, and this is so. And I don't even think they realize it. If I take a female out, right? We leaving a restaurant, or no, whether I'm picking her up, we getting ready to go, or we leaving, getting ready to go home, wherever we're coming from. I open her door, you know, let her in. Now, if she leans over to open my door, man, that is something different. And I love and appreciate that so much. Little stuff like that, man. So in a sense, it can be if that's where you at with yourself. But that's one thing I love. If you lean over and open my door, cause that's a stretch because you got to get over the middle compartment. You got your arms short. You know what I'm saying? So you making an effort after I've let you in as a gentleman should. You lean over and open my door.
Oh man.
We
that's deep.
We building something.
That's deep, bro. That's deep, bro.
If we are at a barbecue that I invited you to, and you gonna make my plate,
we doing something special.
And guess what she did? If she do that, guess what she did? Guess what she did if she do that? She definitely nailed it right there.
Definitely, dog.
Definitely nailed it.
saying, where y'all at with it? I'm just saying.
So can I be a historian for a minute? Can I put on my historian?
Yeah, go ahead.
My historian.
I was gonna make that joke too, but he was so quick. I was gonna say that too. Like, no, man, we don't need to hit it.
No, listen, man, go about your business, man. Just answer the question.
Then we gotta go ahead and throw the star up, talking about the more you know.
I am trying to be a scholar. If you please let me give you the original origin of chivalry. Chivalry, long time ago, was not just playing. It came from the medieval times, right? So it was it's like customary knighthood was where they had chivalry. So like chivalry was like courteous behavior between each other in like the same areas, right?
Right.
So like in the vicinity, when you're in the vicinity, the whole premise is when you're in the vicinity of someone in their area and you have courteous behavior towards them and you give them their respect based on them being just a citizen of the area that you're in, that is like being chivalrous. I think what happened was like from that time until like, you know, to the modern times now is like the chivalry. And when I say modern times, I'm talking about within the last, 50, 60, 70 years. Like the chivalry has been interpreted as, a man opening the door for you, a man, pick you up, take you out, pay the bill, whatever, you know what I'm saying? In those aspects in dating or whatever. I actually can say that I do think that chivalry is a two-way street. I think also that women do express chivalry in some way. I think they express it in ways that, even if a woman is like, let's say for instance, you out somewhere at your local, places of, hanging out or whatever. And, a woman, like Rob said, a woman would be like, would you like for me to give you a drink? You know what I'm saying? Some women will just put themselves out there like that. They will do it. And then, it's still for us, like for men, we'd be looking like,
really?
What'd you say?
What'd you say?
Yeah, that happened to me. The first time that happened to me, I was like, I know somebody. I know she lying. What you say? You want to
she has intentions.
Oh yeah, she's like she's the worst because she tried to do something nice. That's how crazy. Exactly.
She understands.
But that was her way of being courteous. And she told me, she was like, no, because she saw my face. I was like, I had to, what'd you say? Face.
Yeah.
She was like, no strings attached, nothing, like legit, like you look like a cool guy, and I wanted to, offer you a drink. And she was hanging out with her girls and stuff, but it was all just, I guess she got like a check or something, because they was talking about a check she got. They was loud with it too, bro. It was crazy. It was funny. And I was like, okay, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? When I took it, I had to really like work on I was like, I gotta work on myself, dog, because this is like years ago. This is like 2016 at the time. This is like years ago. When that first ever happened to me in life, period. It's like, yo, I gotta really work on that, because I don't even know how to receive.
I told you, accountability.
Yeah, a basic human thing that we all should do is be able to receive. And I'm like, I don't even know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that was really like a lesson I had to learn. You know what I'm saying? And she was cool. She didn't bother me no more or nothing. And I was like, she
walked off?
She didn't even want my number. She didn't want nothing from me. She didn't speak to me no more. She didn't want to know my name like that. Like, I was like, wow.
It was almost a role reversal.
It was like, what's going on? I can't believe this.
Wow.
Out of body experience.
Yeah, I felt like singing a Disney song, like, I turned into a cartoon, man. But
that's a fairy tale.
A fairy tale, right? But it was at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it was like, that taught me a lesson. Like, I need to learn how to receive too. And I didn't, that was cool. But I think it is a two-way street. And I do think that women express chivalry in their own way. We do it in the way like what Rob's saying, in the traditional way, where we pick a woman up for a date. And I'm just using dating as the context. You know what I'm saying? Like picking up a woman on a date, walking up to the door and knocking on the door or ringing the doorbell. Fellas out there, don't you pick up a woman on a date. Don't be texting her like I'm outside.
Text her, I'm
outside. You get your behind out the door, out the car. You walk up to this lady's house. You hit her doorbell if it works, because if some people doorbells don't work.
Or not, if they ain't got one.
Or not, if they don't have one.
Or not have one either.
And be a gentleman. And she said, y'all dramatic. Yes, we have a lot of drama.
So you cool with a dude texting you saying I'm outside? No,
she just said we dramatic because of the whole thing I said about But yeah, that's how you date, fellas. If you're gonna be chivalrous, you go to the woman's house, you knock on her door, and say, okay, you're gonna pick her up, and present yourself well, and that's how you do that. But exactly, grown man. I can't, absolutely. Ish. And ish, right? And that's how you do that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then women express their chivalry in their own way, in their own femininity, And I do think that, I don't think we really talk about how women do it. You know what I'm saying? That should be something that we should unpack one day amongst ourselves. One day. Yeah. Because women, I think
all definitely experienced it.
Yeah, I think women do. I think there are a nice amount of women that will, be very courteous and, like when they behave themselves with you on a date, they're courteous. They let the man do their thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm walking up to the car and I open the door for you, they wait for you to open the door, like that that's an exchange of things. And then, like you said, they going over and unhook the door for you.
That's a lot.
You know what I'm saying? That's their way of being courteous and exchanging that chivalry. So there are some women that do that. You know what I'm saying? And then there's some women that express it in a different way, like, hey, would you like to come over for dinner or something? You know what I'm saying? They cook a meal for you. That's another way of their chivalrous behavior. So I think it goes both ways, and I think it is a two-way street. I don't think it's one-sided. I think it's two-way. Yeah, what do you think, Jay?
Way to cook. I love that. Where you at?
Yeah, man. I'm quick, man. Yeah, I think that it is, and it should be. But this thought is being lost, like a lot of other things that we deal with as far as relationships. You know what I'm saying? Let me do this because I actually looked up the definition, right?
Uh-oh.
So I'm gonna read it off real quick. I'm gonna read off two.
Bad, bro. You've been thinking about
I'm gonna read off.
Yeah, he
all week.
He is in his.
Hey, after the content meeting, this dude started studying, bro.
I'm sorry, man. Hey,
Real.
like
right after.
it's the dynamic we trying to make,
After
right?
the content
So
meeting, Jay went right to work. I'm like, nigga, take a break. No.
chivalry, man. I looked it up. Chivalry is defined as the quality held by knights or honorable men,
Yep.
offering courage, honor, and protection to a woman. That's what they define as. I just googled it, right? That's what they define. I looked up another question though, and I asked, "What is chivalry in a relationship?" See, that's a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Chivalry relationship, and what they gave me was the chivalrous gentleman or lady.
Yep.
I was like, "Oh, I didn't see that."
Yeah.
The chivalrous gentleman or lady is an individual who uses courtesy and thoughtfulness to demonstrate commitment, respect, compassion, and trust in the other person.
Who teach us today?
It is not to score points and to conceal their true intentions. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
That wasn't even from me.
Yeah, that's a great definition, man.
That wasn't even from me.
Definition real quick.
You know what I mean?
Look at this made me get ugly.
So if we're going by that, a person that uses courtesy and thoughtfulness to demonstrate commitment, respect, compassion, and trust, then yes, it should be a two-way street. But I believe that this idea is being lost.
Okay.
I believe it's being lost. I think that as new traditions come about, old traditions are being vanished.
Oh.
And I think chivalry is one of those things, bro. I think it is. It's a lot of women that's like, hey, I want a man that does this. I want a man that does, I want a man that does that. And I want to, I want him to do this, that, and the other. And I'm waiting on something that they was going to say regarding what they would do. And it's never really being said like that. You know what I'm saying? It's all like, the modern day aspect of a woman being independent, but yet wanting the traditional guy to be the same person. But it's like, where are you in this whole equation? You know what I'm saying? You doing your own thing for yourself, because that ain't got nothing to do with relationship. Like the independence of yourself, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? So you doing that, but yet you want me to do something for you. There's a variable missing. What are you doing for the guy? That's never defined, and that's being lost. I think that it is, bro.
I agree with you. I agree with you, and I also agree. I also agree.
Society today in these modern women, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but I agree.
Everybody has that mind. A lot of women have just had that mindset now.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with this. I agree that it's lost on both sides. I agree with you, Jay.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah, too. I think it is lost on both sides. The lie emoji. I think that also what's happening is because, again, I don't think that what happens when people get in their feelings sometimes. If they get in their feelings too long, what happens is they start becoming rebellious. And I think we live in a rebellious generation right now. They don't want to hear anything. They want to reinvent the wheel for some reason. But it's always good to be courteous to someone, right? It's always good to show that that a person is treated with just basic human respect, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we come between the man and woman, it's like, yo, like you can't have a sense of entitlement when someone is being chivalrous towards you. Like you know what I'm saying? Like there are people.
Right, that's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? Like there are people that's like
just because they're doing that don't mean they owe it to you.
No, right, exactly. So what happens is like some people. I'm just gonna say people because I don't even want to have no smoke today. I'm tired. I don't want no.
This goes for both men and women.
No, I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. But what I'm about to say is gonna.
I know where you're going. Yeah.
Some people will show their entitlement. Some people will show their entitlement on a date without saying it. Like and I'm gonna use this as an example.
I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
So there's an example. So like if you if you arrive at your destination, right? And the man get out of his vehicle. When you arrive at a destination, normally both individuals just get out. We have arrived. It's time to get out. We both get out the door, and we just walk to the destination, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when the guy get out, and then the woman is still sitting there for like 4 minutes, just sitting there, not looking for nothing in her purse, not trying to fix herself, just sitting there because she's like, "Oh, you're gonna open this door for me, sir," right? And it's like I mean, even though I don't mind being chivalrous, you know what I'm saying? I'm a gentleman, right?
Like really though?
But it's like, are we going to be extreme today? Like, why are we so extreme? You know what I'm saying? Right. And so it's like, what is going on? Like, why are you feeling so entitled to my treatment? Like, instead of appreciating the treatment, you're feeling entitled to it. And even with some men do this, like because it goes both ways, because it is also both ways. Like when a woman is being chivalrous in the way that she does in her femininity, when she's chivalrous towards you, you're not entitled to her. She's not your wife yet.
Mm-hmm.
If you gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like you're not being like that entitlement is not. You should appreciate the fact that she looked out and did whatever, you know what I'm saying, like cooked or whatever, just to show you a good time at the crib, to have a conversation over wine or something. She set the whole thing, lit the candles, the whole nine. She did all that because you were coming over to the crib just to say what's up to her and chill with her and talk to her, and then you feel entitled. So then you start opening up her refrigerator or something, just grabbing waters and grabbing Kool-Aid. Like, no, you can't. That's like showing a sense of unappreciation. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just don't. I don't like that kind of.
Wow. And thank you, thank you again, real quick. Thank you for everybody that's just really interacting in the comments today and joining in on the conversation. We appreciate y'all. Now that right there, it just really changes your whole energy about something that comes natural to you, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it shouldn't, man. Like that's a weird feeling. Something that's just so natural for you that you're willing to do anyway, and somebody just pushes it on you. Like, come on, man. Like it don't work like that. It just doesn't. It just takes away the purity of it. It takes away the intent of it. Like, don't push it on me, man. Don't do that.
Yeah.
And it don't happen that often on both ends, because people are still amazed that people do that.
Yeah, we are.
Just like you said, Rob, you was like, what? And women would do the same thing. Like, man, this dude actually, it's bad. I think it's a trait that is just being vanished. I don't think it's a dying trait, but I think it's being placed in the back. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to dating and relationships.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hold on 1 second, fellas. I'm gonna shout out the moderator for us, man. B. Halat. It takes emotional intelligence to truly appreciate a woman who shows chivalry through generosity. See, there are some who cannot handle it, seeing it as a masculine trait. Again, just like people misinterpret peace, they misinterpret just basic generosity. Like you think because a woman is trying to, like, if a woman paid for a date, you think some men will think like that's not for her to do. That's a man thing. And it's like she's being who she want to be.
I invited.
Because what's the difference between her paying on a date and then if you're in a relationship and then she paying some of the bills in the house? Like, what would be the difference at that point?
Hey, bro, I would love for that to come. I would love to have that argument rather than any other argument. Exactly. I would love to fight over the check at the end of the night, bro.
Yeah,
I would love to do that.
That's a better deal.
I would rather have those type of
issues. Last time. I got it this time. We good.
And just confuse the hell out of the waiter. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, that's innocent racket.
They must be brothers.
Right, we're fighting to see who's going to be more generous to each other. Like, that's a great argument to have.
That's a great argument. Other than all the other stuff we can argue about,
bro.
Right.
That would be the dopest thing I've never experienced. Never will, probably. But hey, Wishful thinking.
Man.
Oh, don't short sell, man. You're a great guy. I'm just saying, like, I would love to have that over anything. Now, that's just, I think it as answering the question, man. It should be a two-way street. Did we just talk about just the ethic of it, just the generosity of it?
Yeah,
that's dope, man. Like that's
generosity is a really dope word. Generosity, like, come on, man. Especially if somebody you really care about, why not?
Right.
Like, why not? Why is it even a question? Or why is it even something that's, just forced? Come on, man.
I'm bad enough, and I'm gonna put this out here for the world to hear though. I'm bad enough to wait to see if it balances.
I've done that.
I'm a dude that do that. I'm firstdate.com. I'll go ahead and be like, hey, I'll set the whole thing up. It's great. I'll set the whole thing up. I'll set the event up, make sure it's all great. You know what I'm saying? I'll do that whole thing. I might even do it for date 2. I might just go ahead, just based on the vibe and the energy that we have, and I might go ahead and do that for date 2 or whatever. But there's gonna come to a point that I just stop. And I just wait. I do this. I'm just giving some pearls, right? I stop. I just wait to see how the call conversation go, to see about how the agreement of the next meeting will be. I'll wait just to see how it happens. I'm gonna see if she gonna take the pipe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she just go ahead and take the ball in her court. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You want to hang out? I got an idea. Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. Or if it doesn't happen at all. Or if they get argumentative, like, well, why you ain't talk to me? Like, we went on a couple of dates and you just stopped. Like, what happened? I'm waiting on it, Jay. I'm trying to see the two-way street.
That was my dog for 20 years right now, man.
That's what I do
right here.
Hey, if anybody want to take that with them, that's great, because that's what I do, man. I sit around
and
want to see what a chick would do, because we already know what we can bring to the table.
Yeah.
We already know what we're supposed to bring. We already know what society say what we should do. We try to adhere to the requirements of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we already doing this. But when are you going, in the words of Bill Burr, when are you going to pick up your side of the couch?
Right, Bill Burr, my guy. Shout out to Bill Burr.
Hey, man,
Yeah, that's true.
Such logic, like I said, all this should really be something that, everybody thinks about, but never really does explain. And it makes so much sense in a logical sense. And I think everybody's aiming for the way that we're thinking. I think everybody aiming for the way us and the people in our comments and the people that's viewing right now are thinking. So we appreciate it. I want to put a comment up real quick by Sabrina. Hey, this is, if I look at the check, it's so big. Hey,
that's dope.
I love that. Hey, that's real, man. Like, come on,
like I've been in situations, dog.
Have y'all ever checked to see if the check came and the female decides she gotta go to the bathroom, she start looking at her purse?
No. If no.
I only seen that on shorts and clips. I haven't seen that in life.
Look, I just, when it comes to date on a date, man, like I know I'm going in and knowing I'm gonna take care of everything, right? So, but I know what Jay talking about. As time goes on and you spend more time with this person, you want to see what type of character they have, and that's always, it makes a man feel good to be able to receive some type of generosity from one man. I think it's cool, man. I think if a woman is generous with me, and this could be basic stuff. It ain't gotta be a whole bunch of, you ain't gotta stunt, right, to show generosity. You ain't gotta call the local police department and have their police people come to my job and show me a birthday cake and do all this, and buy me everything. Like, yeah, what I'm saying? Like, I know the chief of police, so that's why I did. It's like, no, that's all for you. That's all for you, because I don't care about none of that stuff, dog. That stuff means nothing.
Right.
I'm very simple. That means nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I definitely understand. Man. Well, fellas, do you think it's Q&A time or what?
Man, like that was dope. And like today's topics were so broad and it could have went a whole bunch of different ways. And it was really, I think this was a really, really good. I think these were some really, really good topics because there's so many different ways you can go about it. And I don't think none of them are wrong. So it's like, it was a really healthy conversation today. It is Q&A time, man. So for the Q&A, all our viewers, again, we love and appreciate y'all. Q&A time. You could give us a question. You can put it in the comments, or you can come right out here and get in the fire with us if you want. You know
Click the link
and give us your questions so we can see y'all faces, man. Because without y'all, again, there's no us. So we would love to see y'all. So either put in the comments or go ahead and hit the link, man, and join and just hop on with us real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Let's see what we get, man.
That's what we do. We
love
y'all. But while we wait, man, just thank you again so much for everybody that tunes into our live. Everybody that's gonna see this later. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you hit us on all our platforms. Holler at us on Instagram at the Mailroom View, on Facebook, the Mailroom, also get at us on our YouTube channel, the Mailroom Network. So anywhere you want to view us, we appreciate each and every one of y'all. So just get at us on all our platforms. Get at us on all our individual platforms. I wasn't lazy today, fellas. Y'all see? Look.
I was watching. I was like, he on top of it now.
On top of it.
He doing the whole list now. That's what's
I was playing this Everlast, but that shit just say raw. I'm like, dang.
Hopefully we have people who watch the show more so on YouTube. We're really trying to build our channel. We work very hard with this, and so it would be love for you all to watch us on YouTube because it helps boost up our watch hours. It helps with the algorithm. So if you like it on YouTube and all that kind of stuff, you'll get most of our videos. Hit the notification bell. You'll get a lot of what we do live. Even with the other show, Coffee and Conversation, when we go live, you'll be able to get those notifications, right? And definitely just watch it on YouTube. We really want to get that algorithm together. We're really trying to build the channel, and we appreciate you. We love you all for that, for sure. Q&A.
So, absolutely, man. Yep. So, again, we appreciate wherever you view us, man. But if you want to just go ahead and slide over to YouTube, the Mailroom Network, like and subscribe to our page, and just kind of, just holler at us from there. We appreciate that as well. So,
I have a question.
You got a question? I was about to say we should do that. Let's go ahead and bring the question.
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
So we're gonna talk real for one second. So if a woman, this is my question, if a woman does not show chivalrous behavior, is that because she wasn't raised properly?
Oh God. I don't know. You could have been raised.
He just put the pillow over my head, just snapped twice, like
and then feathers came.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. Like right here,
with that one.
Feathers, dog.
Man,
we got a comment on that.
Man, it's because she's not interested. Wow, that's a good point as well. And I was gonna say, I don't know. She probably
restate that, please.
Yeah,
restate that.
Restate the question.
Yes, please.
I said
it's based on the question. So
if a woman does not show chivalrous behavior or generosity to a man, is that because she wasn't raised properly?
Okay.
It could be.
Looking back at the comment to see that. So I'll just.
She flipped her answer was kind of cool because she kind of flipped it a little bit.
Yeah, that's why I was.
You know what I'm saying? She flipped the joint and went that way. Yeah, that was a flip. I mean, that's a good flip. That's not a bad flip though. That's a good point.
Did you just jab at us?
I don't think she did, but I like the way she flipped it too.
That was dope. No, because that
is actually a possibility.
That can definitely be the case. That can definitely be the case. And if you grew up in a household where you never saw it, absolutely, you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
If you're around friends that don't do it, you're not going to do it. Right. you could have grew out of it somehow. The streets took over.
So
you can't be. You can't be.
Everybody biting on it. Okay.
You can't be to me,
Mm-hmm.
right? You always, like you say, Tay, in your opinion. This is just my opinion. Right?
It's just my humble
to
opinion.
me, you can't be what you never seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You can't be what you never seen. You know what I mean? I don't. I just say that on both aspects. I think that's according to everything. Like you can fake it till you make it all you want to.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ain't never seen the example of what you're trying to be, then
it's a wrap.
You can't be that. You can't be that. If I wanted to be a mature man, I had to be around mature men.
Yep.
Okay.
I needed a source.
Yeah.
Same thing with women to me.
Can I?
If you don't know how to do certain things, you're just not going to do them. If you don't feel it's of value to you to show your interest in somebody in that way, because that shows appreciation. When you chivalrous, that shows appreciation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And if you've never been appreciated or you've never felt the need to show your appreciation to someone, you ain't gonna do it.
The variable in her answer is time to me. Like if you're like getting to know somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just giving this as a thought. Like if she
no, I'm talking about something else.
Huh?
I'm sorry, I'm thinking out loud. Go ahead, my bad.
No, I'm saying
I'm sorry.
I'm saying the variable is time to me. Like I think it's
you think better with the other color hat. Go ahead.
Boy, I know you ain't talking. You been see this. This is why. This is why.
I give up.
No, now you want to give up already because you know I will cook and fry this guy. I will fry this man. All right, though you know you want to do this.
You may gonna shoot somebody and say I surrender.
Okay, all right. See, the younger brother always have the most to say. If you just shut up and let it ride, just let it ride. But no, you want to put your hand in the Kool-Aid instead of using the spoon.
You're right.
I can see what Nevada said about not being interested because of time frame. If you get to know
you don't get it when we get off the show.
I gotta go. Get to know,
I'll give it to you later then. Monday.
Okay, got it. All right.
If you get to know somebody, if Shorty ain't interested to you, that's why she's not showing generosity. It probably because of the fact that she's trying to get to know you and it's easy, it's early. I could get that. I could actually get that. But if it's over, like I said in my last example about date after date 2, 3, 4, and she's still not showing it, then there's something to that in a whole different dynamic to me.
So with her, look, because this was a good flip right here. This is a good flip. I'm gonna keep this flip up. Where that flip at? Let me keep the flip up real quick. So is it say? So according to this, she's not interested. So see, interest and being raised properly is totally different. So I'm glad she flipped it that way. So according to this particular comment right here, it's because she's not interested. This is a good flip. Now, is it safe to say that women turn their chivalry on and off? Because men, I don't think men have the luxury of doing that.
No,
we do not.
We don't.
If we can keep it a thou wow, if we keep it a whole bean, I don't think men have the luxury of turning their chivalrousness off and on. So do women have the luxury of doing this, Nevada L. Hand? If you don't mind coming up on the panel and explaining this, because I am confused. I thought we were supposed to really be this, kind with each other. What's going on? I just want to know what's going on with that.
Regardless of the impact, right? Regardless of it. If we can agree to disagree, that's great. If we end up not to be going progressive, then that's cool. But that doesn't stop me, the requirement of a man being chivalrous, to stop anything I'm doing.
Yep.
You know how much angles we take, Rob. Mm-hmm. You know how much angles we take, bro. Yeah. We take a lot of angles. What I mean by that is we can date people that we could totally not be agreeable with. We can date people that we totally would think differently with. You know what I'm saying? but yet and still the template is the same. So
wow, the template is the same, and Nevada just gave us another dope.
I think men do turn it off and on. They only show chivalry to a certain. That is such cap.
That's exactly what we're talking about.
Oh, I think that's cap right there.
No, Nevada.
And I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it too. Hey, I'm feeling. Hey, she rocking. Hey, listen.
Is she just talking about women that we might be interested in? Because if I'm going to a grocery store and I see a woman walking behind me or coming out, I'm going to open the door for her.
Exactly.
That's
chivalry. That is chivalry. Exactly.
Is.
And she ain't got to be no certain type of woman for that.
Yes. I do that for all women. I don't care. I do that for all women.
Exactly.
I do that for all women.
Exactly.
Good point, man.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. That men don't turn it on and off like that.
Because
even if we're in random places and there's women coming in the grocery store or whatever, I'd be like, hey, do you want a buggy? Do you want this? Or do you want to open the door for them? Whatever. That's just common courtesy right there.
Now, women definitely can turn that off, because let's take that same example, though. Mm-hmm. Let's say I'll open the door for you. You ever have a woman just walk straight in and don't say nothing?
Yep.
Oh,
you ever had a woman? Hey,
I think she turned off her courtesy.
Oh, really?
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all ever had a woman bump into y'all and don't say excuse me?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But that'll be something that we have to do. It's a requirement for us, right?
That's a good comment though that she made.
Oh, dope comment, but
if she's talking about in reference to like,
she's talking about in reference to women that we're interested in.
No. I'm talking about if she's talking about in reference to like dating somebody, like taking a woman out, like how we was talking about that too, taking a woman out on a date and stuff like that. Like, okay, I'll say this: if a man is taking a woman out and he's showing her, he gonna be chivalrous off rip anyway, especially if it's the first date. He gonna show chivalry off rip because at the end of the day, he knows that, like he knows especially if he's intentional with what he's doing, he knows that he want to put his best foot forward. You know what I'm saying? Let this woman know, like, yo, I really want to, make sure you're good. But when it comes to talk about chivalry all across the board, like, man, let a man walk in front of a woman into a door, man, don't hold it for it, man. It's like, sometimes a man get checked by other men. Like, yo, do you see that woman behind you, bro?
It's a moral sin.
Yeah.
Almost. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just.
She said, if I see you coming behind me, I'll open the door too. Really?
Yeah, that's what's up. That's just generosity.
I don't know, man. Hey, man.
That's what it's about.
Sabrina, Sabrina, I ain't got nothing but love for you, man. But you open the door. We'll keep that door open.
Yeah, I'm taking it in that context, Tay. I'm taking it in this context.
I know what you mean. I'm just messing.
Okay. Like normal convenience store type stuff. Then I think that's cool.
Common, But I feel what Nevada is saying as far as like Miss Han, as far as like men showing chivalry to a certain. I think I would replace like this comment right here. I would replace chivalry with attention. I think men do turn it on and off. They only show attention to a certain type of way.
I definitely do that.
Not necessarily chivalry.
Not chivalry. Yeah. I would definitely.
I'm in my interpretation bag.
I wouldn't say chivalry. We turn on it off, but attention. Yeah, we definitely. We definitely turn attention on it.
Right.
I would say
everybody does that. Everybody.
Yeah.
Now men don't turn chivalry off.
No.
Them men might.
Yeah. Facts.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like women are always in their femininity. Them women might not be. See, that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? I can't say. I want to be careful at taking the experiences that I have and generalizing them.
Right.
I always want to be careful of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had dealt with 3 stupid females, according to my opinion, I can't say all women are stupid.
Right.
Just be careful with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't generalize men and women in assets because all women are different. That the theoretical of a woman being in her femininity is true. The theory of a man being in a chivalristic standpoint is true. Like the general aspect of it.
Yeah.
Now, if you got a guy that turns it on and off, that's a different type of guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a different type of dude.
Yeah.
That's a different type of woman, and she ain't showing femininity all the time, just being, you know what I'm saying, subsiding to her own femininity. That's a different type of woman. You know what I'm saying? And everybody got their own thing. I'm not mad at nobody, but you know, we got to be careful with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, absolutely. Man, we just want to thank everybody for all the interaction today, man. It was a great show, fellas.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah, it was.
We really appreciate everybody. We, like as always, man. We appreciate it. We love and appreciate everybody that tunes into the live show. Again, man, just get at us on all our platforms, man. Holler at us on Facebook at the Mailroom. Get like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Mailroom Network. Follow us on Instagram at the Mailroom View. If you have any topics you would love for us to discuss, man, because this is an open platform, man. We love the interaction with y'all. So if you have if you have any type of topic that you want us, that you think of, that you would like to have discussed right here on the Mailroom Show, man, please email us at the Mailroom at the Mailroom313 at yahoo.com. One more time, that's the Mailroom313 at yahoo.com, man. We would love to hear what y'all want us to talk about, man.
Yeah.
And get on this panel with us, man. Get in this spot.
Yeah. Nothing all scared.
Yeah, nigga, I'll be out the skirt. But we love y'all anyway, man. Get to this fire, man. Fellas, what's up, man? What y'all gotta say to our lovely viewers, man, before you roll out?
Hey, I just appreciate everybody, man, for watching and tuning in and holding us down for these last few weeks. Listen, this is episode number 5. This is a good one. This is a great one. Small milestones turn into big ones. You feel me? And I appreciate all the love and support that everyone is giving us. And we're gonna still work for y'all. We're gonna cook some more production. We're gonna do some more good things. We're gonna have some hotter topics. We're gonna go deeper and diver and deeper into these topics as well. So
deeper and
diver. Yeah, that's a little oxymoron.
We'll figure that out.
Hey, man, I just want to appreciate everybody that comes onto the channel, like all of us, man. And don't be afraid. This is what this channel was for. Yeah. You are free here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even if we disagree, we're going to agree that we disagree and find a clean, open space that we can do that in. That's what this is for.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So I just want to keep that in mind, man.
So we love y'all, man. Episode 5 is a wrap. We will see y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
Man, thank you so much, man. Thank you for everybody again for tapping into the live show. And that's what it is, man. We out.
We'll give it to them like this.
Same time, man. Subscribe to our YouTube page, the Mailroom Network.